guys, simple video, I know, but stick around cause you might learn something new. But above all, you will learn to respect the knowledge that comes from knowing what seems to be the very basics of League. Champion skills. Okay, so the next 3 points I'm going to talk about are all different aspects about which I could be making a different video for each, but I decided to compromise and make them all in one because they are all very much related to each other. These will all be things for you to consider when queuing up for a new match and things which you will be able to master with the right amount of time and dedication. Let's move on to the first part of the video, which will be all about your own champion skills. I'm not talking about what you can do with the champion you are currently playing as. I'm going way simpler than that. I'm talking about the actual skills of the champion you're using, namely its passive Q, W, E, and R. What you might be thinking now is, oh come on Sak, everyone knows what their champion does when they pick him, and you are actually not entirely wrong. But what I mean is something different. I'll give you an example. I love to play Sejuani jungle. It's one of my favorite champions because of her mobility, stickiness, and utility her ultimate can bring. I only started playing her last season though, at the time when she was super broken, and the more I played her, the more I liked her. So of course I went and read all of the guides available and I decided to make her my main. All those guides told me to max E, and so I did. And I kept doing that all the way up to the midway of season 6, when I started not doing so well on her, and I couldn't understand why until I noticed that the way I was building her and using her in-game was not helped by the fact that I was maxing E. And this goes for so many cases, but Sejuani specifically for me. Look. The first 4 guys on Mobifire all give you different ways maxing her. But if you go into pro builds, all of the pros are maxing W. So even though I knew her kit, I was outdated, and many of you don't keep yourselves updated on your own champion. So be sure to know exactly what your toolkit is, and also, even more important, what you want to do with it. You might want to max out W when you go Morgana mid to have some wave clearing potential, but you definitely don't have to max it if you're going support. Next topic is knowing your team's champion skills. And this one, even though is not as technical as the first, is probably more time consuming due to the fact that there's 4 champion toolkits to consider and how they might impact your playstyle, especially when it comes to team fights. So when you are on the matchmaking screen, make sure to take a good look at what your teammates are picking and how you will play your part in your team. Even better if you can pick something to help your team out. One of the most obvious examples is picking Malphite top or jungle when you see that your mid laner has picked Yasuo. Essentially, knowing what your team can do and how they will achieve it will play a big role in your game. Moving on to the other side of the map, the first thing for you to know is who you're up against in lane and what their toolkit is perfectly. You need to know exactly what your direct lane opponent has that might kill you. Not knowing that the bar above Gnar's head will make him big will get you killed. Not knowing that Echo's shadow is on top of you while you're fighting in low life will get you killed. Not knowing that Nidalee's spears will deal more damage the farther they travel will get you killed. There's another shameful personal example. I found out last week that Skarner would stun after he hit his E, and I only figured that out because I got stuck with him in an ARAM. I had never played him before, but obviously I had already played multiple times against him, and yet I had no idea. Mostly because they will usually ult the person they stun, and I never noticed it. Tiny details like this matter and will in most cases save your life. So be sure to carefully read into your opponent's toolkits before you blindly pick a Riven into a Renekton. Finally, the last thing you should keep in mind and analyze before the game even starts is how your opposing team's champions synergize and how they will play to win. Are they going to split push their way into your nexus, or will they poke you down until you have to back and offer them Baron? Looking at your opposing team's champions and knowing exactly what they will do to win might actually prevent them from doing that. Why, God, why would you pick Katarina into a Malphite, Sejuani, Yasuo, Vayne, and Nami? I'm just here trying to prevent situations like this.
An ally has been slain.
Be smart. As for ways that you can improve, it's actually quite simple. You have to do your research firstly, and secondly, not be picking your nose during champion select and the loading screen, but rather be thinking about what champion can do what and what both teams will need to do to synergize with each other for that win. Unless you can multitask. In that case, pick away. Like with any other game knowledge type of skill, with time you will get to know what every champion can do. Just try to keep yourself updated on the champions that haven't even come out yet, and also on how to play your own champions. On to the objectives. 0 to 10. Instalock Katarina first pick. 20. Go to Facebook during champion select. 30. Go to Facebook after champion select. 40. Stay alert in champion select. 50. Study every new champion that comes out. 60. Make your pick based on your and your opposing team. 70. Play as every single champion at least one. Doesn't matter if it's normals, ARAMs, etc. 80. Know your champion pool's skills perfectly. 90. Know your champion pools in and outs and most other champions. 100. Know every single skill of every single champion and how they work. Once again, guys, I would like to thank you so much for the support that I have been receiving these past few days. Your comments have been great. The fact that you're liking the videos has been great. We haven't really started growing yet, but I am confident that if I keep posting these videos, we will someday be big. You and me, guys. You're the best. Thank you so much for watching. Sakeios out.